up here as far as Conor Ryan, and Ryan is playing in midfield alongside Nicky O'Connell. Beautifully forward here as far as Shane O'Donnell, and O'Donnell hits his shot and puts it over the bar. Good point by Shane O'Donnell of Éire Óg here in Ennis. And so it's 2 points for Clare, who've made the perfect start, adding to the point earlier on from a free. Lovely turn here by the elusive O'Donnell, and he put it over beautifully. Comes back once again, this time to Nicky O'Connell. Into the inside forward line towards Shane O'Donnell. Got a point already, causing problems in there for the fullback Kevin Hines. Slipping it back here towards Podge Collins, and Collins from a tight angle measures it beautifully and puts it over the bar. One of the stars of the very successful recent Clare underage teams. That's why they're a team that many people fancy quietly over the next year or so to do really well. And onto it comes Joe Canning. And Canning has a shooting chance here, and he ties up the match at 4 points apiece. First time the sides have been level since the start of the match, and Galway have now got the last 2 points from play. Out into the middle here, taken away by David McInerney, young student in Dublin, teacher training college. In as far as Podge Collins, and that one has gone over the bar. 3 players involved. Podge Collins supplies the finish, and now it's Clare who lead by 9 points to 4. All the way up from David McInerney's pass to Podge Collins, and a neat finish. And it's played in here towards Davy Glennon, being marked by Shona Mori. Comes back here to Ty Carron, trying to make an angle for himself. Into Joe Canning, beautifully just... Oh, what a pass that was. Johnny Glynn, still Glynn, hoops well, comes back and missed in the end by Niall Healy. Well, that was an attack that deserved something and eventually got nothing. There were 3 or 4 players involved. That was a little reverse hand pass there, and Johnny Glynn was on the same wavelength as Joe Canning. Then there was a lovely little intervention there by Brendan Bugler. Eventually came to Niall Healy, and he missed the opening. Once again, it's in there as far as Davy Glennon. It's moved into the corner. Swings it across here. There's work for Niall Healy to do. Gets onto it. His marker there is Donald O'Donovan. Back it comes. They're working hard for it, and eventually that shot drops over the bar off the stick of Niall Donoghue. First point in this league for the player from Kilbakenty in South Galway, and now it is 9 points to 5. Well, they've got a long time, about 10 minutes since they last scored, Galway. Swept up here by Pat Donlan. Again, worked forward here, and that shot is a good one. Beautifully over the bar here by Tony Kelly, his first point in this match. He's a very fine young talent. Got a goal and 2 in the last match against Waterford. Wasn't enough, however. They were beaten with a last-minute point by Waterford. Couple of calls there, Niall Donoghue, but Tony Kelly is the one who was hooked. Hooked well by Andy Smith. Smith's after him again, but Kelly gets away. The 2 number 9s, and Kelly scores a beauty. 2 in a row now for Tony Kelly. Real prodigious talent. And as he got away the first time, he was hooked by Andy Smith, and Smith stuck to his task, but the greater determination and class was shown on this occasion by Tony Kelly. Cross here as far as Conor Ryan. Reaching out for it was Johnny Glynn, or Johnny Cohen rather, couldn't take it. Instead it's picked up by John Conlon. Didn't score in the first half, anxious to put that right immediately, and he's done precisely that. So good start to the second half made by John Conlon of Clonlara, and now he makes it 13 points to 8. Up towards Conlon. Caught that well ahead of Fergal Moore. Swings around and belts it over the bar. 2 points at the beginning of the second half by Clare, and they're laying down a marker. Took that one, got away from Fergal Moore, swung right around, and at the end of his spin he scored a point. Well, Galway have made one change, and their fortunes will want to change pretty quickly. Looking for their second win in this campaign to add to that very fine performance against Kilkenny. This is Aidan Hart, he's just been introduced. Can he make an immediate impact? He certainly can. only on the park about 60 seconds. He got the first point of the match against the All-Ireland champions 2 weeks ago in Salt Hill. This ball was won there, just inside the 45-metre line, and it was driven over the bar by Hart from Gort. Here comes Niall Donoghue, lost it. John Conlon had a much better second half, and that's 3 in a row by John Conlon. Well, largely anonymous in the opening 35 minutes, but he has really been tapped up in the second half. Maybe Davy Fitzgerald had something to say to him to encourage him to get more into the game, and he's done precisely that, and his team now lead by 7 points. Galway now trying to get more into this match. Damien Hayes out around the middle of the field. Andy Smith now. Smith hitting it, and it just goes inside that right-hand post and over the bar. First point of the second half for Galway, and it's scored by their midfielder, Andy Smith, who has missed the first match of this league because he was suspended that day. But here now he's made it 16 points to 10. So a 6-point game, and no real sign of any goals so far. That's caught well by Irlatanyan. Delivered up there towards Niall Healy. Runs on to Davy Glennon, and Glennon goes down, and that's going to be a free in. Almost in the clear, and he almost had enough time to get it across to Johnny Glynn, who was on his left. He never quite made that pass. Joe Canning is standing over this now, and the referee is making sure everybody's back the right distance, and I have an idea he's going to go for a goal here. He looked across to the sideline for some guidance. Galway are 6 behind. He's having a lash, and he finds the back of the net. 3 points the margin now, and that's a goal and 6 in this match for Joe Canning. 12 minutes into the second half, all was fairly decisively buried. 16 points for Clare. Galway 1 goal and 10. Onto it, here comes Nicky O'Connell. Nicky O'Connell hand passing it out as far as Tony Kelly. Clare could do it a point here, and Tony Kelly can supply it. 3 points now for Tony Kelly. It was a lovely hand pass by Nicky O'Connell on for Kelly, gathered it in and drove it over the bar. Swung back again by Tony Kelly, read well by Johnny Cohen, and then delivers that ball out precisely, out as far as Aidan Hart. Gets away from Pat Donnellan. In it goes to Johnny Glynn, in for Davy Glennon, and Glennon may need a second attempt because it was a very good stop by goalkeeper Pa Kelly. And Pa Kelly keeps Clare in front here by 17 points to 112. Davy Glennon should have scored a goal that time, but he was stopped, and brilliantly stopped, by the Clare #1. Well, that was a brave piece of goalkeeping. This was a very good build-up here. Glynn in as far as Glennon, out came the goalkeeper, and he dived into that. Well, that was terrific and courageous goalkeeping. Colm Galvin, nippy player, very clever player, Mary I student. In it goes towards Fergal Lynch, and that one is struck over the bar. Fergal Lynch makes his presence felt since being introduced off the bench as a replacement for Enda Barrett. He puts it over the bar, having taken the pass by Colm Galvin, and he makes it now Clare 18 points, Galway 112. All to play for in there. The backs are strong. They try to get it out. Shane Amori, helped by Donald O'Donovan, almost out over the end line it seemed, and eventually the umpire there goes back, waves his hand, and it's going to be a 65, first of the match, coming as it does now in stoppage time. About 40 seconds of that stoppage time still to go. 2 points between the teams. Waterford denied Clare 2 weeks ago with the last puck of the ball, puck of the game. Joe Canning goes short. It's won back by Clare. It's Colin Ryan who's soloing away with it, delivering the hand pass into space here. Should have been kept going that time by Jonathan Clancy, but it's back again. Galway need a goal. Johnny Glynn maybe has a go, blocked down, comes back again. Another opportunity by Joseph Cooney, and it's wide. And is that the last chance for Galway to take the points here? Clare have battled strongly all the way through the 70 minutes, and overall they have shown the determination